Hello, DIY Chameleon community. My name is Bill Strand. I'm here again, but you know what? I am here with very special people. The first is Mr. James Cross. Hello.
Whoa, hey guys, how you doing?
And we also have someone guest today, Miss Eliza Ann. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, today is an episode. Well, of course, every episode we go over some sort of DIY type project. Today we're going to go over something a little bit more interesting, and that is how do you make your own T-shirt?
Woohoo!
Sounds like a fun thing to do, but we need to figure out how to do it. And to start off, Liza Ann, you have a habit of making T-shirts.
I don't know. I make random things. Like to,
You just
I don't know.
And then you
Yeah, just
randomly
happen to
put them in the mail,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
okay.
randomly show up at your house with
you
a
know,
stamp
I
on
like to do things that bring people together. That's what I like doing. And I just saw an opportunity to bring our little community a little bit closer and maybe start something a little fun. And so I just went with her, and it's been fantastic. So
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to get to the DIY portion of this. Let's just start off with if I wanted to make my own T-shirt and put my chameleon pictures on them, I what equipment do I need? How do I start off?
yeah, so there's a couple ways to do it. I went with the vinyl side of things versus the I think it's called sublimation or sublimation. I don't know. So it's basically the vinyls are kind of, it's not really a sticker, but you iron it on and it stays on the t-shirt. The sublimation is ink that is kind of heated into the material. It lasts a lot longer, but in order to do that, you need a special kind of printer, a special kind of ink, and all of that kind of stuff. So I went with the vinyl route. Eventually, I'd like to try both just so that I can, like, maybe take pictures of people's faces and put them on things, and it's like an actual picture. But for now, we're just vinyl people. So
Okay, when
How
you
cool.
say vinyl tape, can you explain to somebody who has no background?
Yep.
What would I have to put together to do this?
There's different brands. This is the Cricut brand. And you'll get vinyl. There's different kinds of vinyl. So there's more sticker vinyls, and there's ones that you would is a heat. You use heat to put it onto the item, basically. And you could do more than shirts. You can do mugs, you can do hats, you can do bags, like cups, keychains, all sorts of stuff. But this is kind of what the vinyl looks like. This is the kind that I use for the shirts. You can buy it on Amazon and for cheap, which is what I usually try to do. And what you'll do is you do have to buy a Cricut. Hold on, I hope I don't drop it. It's real heavy. Oh no.
Well, we buy crickets all the time. I got a bunch of them right over here.
This is a
How
real
are they going to help?
Cricut, James. This is
Oh.
for your Parsons. Okay, so this is a Cricut. You need this to cut your vinyl pretty much. So it'll open up. And in here is like the needle that'll cut the vinyl. You can do so much with these things. It's wild. You can put a marker in here and it'll write perfectly for you. So basically you have to have a Cricut first. You can buy them at like craft stores or online or places like that. Supplies you need are like a Cricut board. So this plastic guy here, I don't know where the camera is. It's sticky.
Okay.
So what you'll do is you'll take your vinyl and you'll put it on it. Unfortunately for me, it has to be exact. So I don't know if you can see, but there's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are measurements. And what the Cricut does is it cuts within certain measurements. So if your vinyl is crooked and the cut is right on the line, you're going to get your cut messed up. So you put your vinyl on to the sticky part and you want it to be like literally like right flush with the measurements, I guess.
Okay.
So that's kind of that piece. To get an image for the Cricut to cut out, let me try and present and see if this helps. So when you get a Cricut, you'll download either on your computer, your phone, your iPad, the Cricut software. And basically you can make your images or your designs on here. So if you want to make a chameleon shirt, because we're chameleon people,
That's right.
you can pick, and I'm picky. If their hands are wrong, I am not going to use it. It's just such a, but you'll click on an image you want to make, and then it'll pull it onto your page here. This here, the 8.07 inches, these are the measurements. So this is how big it's going to be when it prints out. So you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can do texts. And then basically, let's say this is what I want to make on my shirt, right? I'm going to go to make. Sure, I'll save it. Ugh, I don't know. Go away. Okay. What it's going to do is pull it onto like a board, which are those boards that I showed you before. And it's going to show you, okay, this is cutting basically from 1 to 7.5. This other one is cutting from whatever it is. And then you're going to, it's kind of tricky because if you're doing words, because you're ironing it on, you have to mirror it. Otherwise, when you iron it on, the words are backwards on the t-shirt. But something that's going to be more of like a sticker, maybe for a mug, for example, you're not going to mirror it because it's the sticky part is on the back. I don't know. It's confusing. I've wasted so much vinyl trying to figure out all of this. When you're ready, you'll just click continue and it Bluetooths to your computer or whatever you have your thing hooked to, and it'll cut it from there.
Okay, so you have a special material, the special vinyl material that's sticky on one side, and the Cricut is cutting out a design.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it sounds like if I was really good with scissors, I could cut out my own design without the Cricut. Is that correct?
Yes. However,
Yeah.
you can't be that good at cutting it out. So I've been working.
Well, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about James.
Anyway,
I knew that was coming.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to get my X-Acto knife out.
So much love, but there's so many super straight lines that it's just not, and you can do really detailed like cursive writing. You can do all sorts of stuff. You could cut it out on your own, but I honestly will not look good. I can tell if I've printed something out and I decided I don't want a piece on it and I cut it, I can tell where I cut it. Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like you can cut exact like this thing can. So just give you an example. I've been working on some projects today.
How
that is super small, right? This is my fingers here, and you can't cut that good with an X-Acto knife or scissors. Maybe someone can, but I can't. So it can be really small, big, all sorts of stuff. So it's really fun. You can really make it whatever you want.
Okay, so I've got these shapes of the vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
That, of course, is just the shape. Where does color come in?
So the color will come from the vinyl that you purchase. So for example, when I made your DIY shirts, I purchased a pack of different wood vinyl designs. So all of these different ones have different wood designs, right? And I just tried to find the one that matched your logo as best as possible. But when it cuts out, so this is one that is heat will attach it to, it's not a sticker. So the part that goes onto the board is here. So when I have it on the board, I only see the white part and it cuts it out backwards. And then when I attach it on with the heat, then it's the right way. So
how are you heating this?
With
An iron?
You can use an iron.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
That's that looks like one of those things to get my heart going again.
Right? So this is like, I just used it, so it's a little hot still, but this is the Cricut iron. What is nice about it is you can, depending on the material that I don't want to burn myself, but depending on the material you're using, if it's cotton or some other kind of material, you need to get to a certain heat temperature to attach the vinyl. It also the heat needs to be on it for a certain amount of time. So for me to do a shirt, I think it's 350 degrees for 30 seconds with the vinyl. So I'll plug this bad boy in. We'll call this Bertha here. And I'll turn it on. Here I'll tell the temperature that I want it to be at and for how long until it gives me a countdown and tells me when to take the heat off. So you can kind of guess and eyeball it with an iron, but you have a higher chance of melting your vinyl or not having it stick as well to the shirt.
Question.
Yeah.
Will it turn itself off after the timer's set, or will it melt through your table?
So
safety. I'm just thinking safety. I know me. I'll walk in. I'll get a soda. I'll make a piece of toast, and then I burn it.
This is kind of safe. So
okay, kind of safe.
It's kind of.
Where have I heard that before, Bill?
We don't do stuff that's kind of safe.
I don't leave it alone. If you want to risk it, go for it. But it also needs a little bit of pressure. So it is heavy, but I'm kind of pushing down on it for 30 seconds. So I'm not leaving it alone. There are big bulky machines you can purchase that have like these big levers and you can kind of close it down and they all beep at you when it's time, when it's done, but that's another option, and so that you don't have to like push down on it if you're making like 10 shirts or something.
So every color that you want to put on is another layer of vinyl?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So the DIY shirts that I did for you, there's 3 different, well, let's see, I think your chameleons were white, weren't they? Or were they green?
Mm-hmm.
They were white.
I think they were.
I think
they were white on the original.
The wood and then the white, right?
Oh, and then the black
one. Got it. Okay, so it's white and black. This isn't an adhesive. I was making this for you guys today. So this is a coffee cup.
Hey.
So it's the white layer of vinyl, the wood layer of vinyl, this one, and then can't really see the cute little chameleon, but so that's
I see him.
The difference.
I see him. So the thing where you have the wood background, then you have the DIY on it, is the DIY cut out of the wood part, or are you putting vinyl on vinyl?
Vinyl on vinyl.
Okay. Yeah.
And that one you have to be careful with because you can't, there's kind of a plastic, let's see, this is an okay example. But when the vinyl's cut out, it'll look kind of like this.
Go.
There's the white background, and then you have to weed out the part that you're not going to want on the item. So I've already weeded out the words on this, and with this cool little doodad here, you'll take off the rest of it here. Make sure it's
So you have to put each letter on individually, right?
no, you don't. So it's
Nope.
all still like this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So then what you would do is, if this isn't the heat one, this is the sticker, but there's a protective kind of plastic cover over the iron on vinyl. So when you go to iron it on,
It does.
it
I
doesn't
get.
melt the vinyl.
So the
Okay.
heat does. You're not hitting the other vinyl with the heat. You got a protection between the two.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
So do you want your surprise now? Because it kind of goes with this.
Give it to me, baby.
All right. Super special for you, James. So I made this. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it's just for fun, really.
Oh.
What is the best? Oh, brother. Wait. Oh, what is that on the tree?
That is a picture of your face, Bill.
Oh,
I love it.
what is going on
Oh, I
here?
love it.
It's not stopping. I know that.
That's like out of control.
Seeing the letters on here is
that is so awesome.
an X-Acto knife. And then this is a layer of the heat vinyl over more heat vinyl, right? Figure out hard if I see my mom, and I'll
Oh my goodness.
To
I'm gonna
those
need a
who
third
are
nap
just
today,
joining and trying to figure out why my face is on a tree, I innocently, totally not knowing where this would go, said that I don't like ficus trees, which are the staple in the chameleon community. And apparently people in my community took umbrage at such a offense. And oh yes, and so now
So now we have a Bill
I have
ficus.
my face on a ficus.
We'll have to think.
Oh,
We'll have to think of a great botany name for it. The Billus ficus.
Benjamin.
Okay, so say we get a T-shirt, and first
Wait,
of all,
I'm not over this moment. Can I go back and relive it again, Eliza?
Yes.
you're gonna do what?
You ready? Behold.
Oh, I'm rejoicing in the moment. That is just awesome.
Special shout.
Oh, look at that. That is pure perfection.
The face of Bill, Nate helped me with.
Oh,
So special thanks to Nate.
Yeah, the list of conspirators grows. All right,
okay,
so
carry on.
Thank you.
Plastic sheet, pretty much. You'll iron it, and then after it cools, you'll slowly take off the plastic sheet.
Oh, okay.
If you're doing layers, then for the tree, okay, I had a big plastic sheet over the tree, and I ironed the tree first, let it sit. Then I pulled up the plastic, put Bill's face on the tree.
Okay.
Back down.
Back over.
Mm-hmm.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there specific materials of T-shirts that you can and can't use?
I'm not sure. So this is a big enough like hobby for people, cricket stuff, that you could easily Google it and see which types of materials are better to use. My understanding is the more cotton ones are better. So you can buy them at like craft stores. It's like these shirts, just plain. Buy them at Walmart, even in their craft section.
suppose I can Google it. I'm just wondering, how does it stick to material, and how does it stick so well that it'll go through a washing machine?
It melts to it.
There's a
Nope.
bonding process. I used to do back when I was a kid. We had these things
That's
that we could.
PVC, James.
you use PVC glue, Bill. Come on, get with it. Back when I was a kid, we had this thing that you could actually, it would print out too, and you ironed it on with an iron. And
Yeah.
it wasn't very high tech. It was pretty low tech, as I remember as a kid. But I remember as a kid making a bunch of T-shirts that way, and they did last quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This
That's going to be
kind of, yeah, doing something like this is really intense. I don't know. That's what's so interesting about this.
You can print out an
Uh
image
huh.
on vinyl, so it's exactly what you want it to be, and then you can
Okay.
iron it on too. So yours was printed and then ironed on. I just
Right.
don't have the printer, the type of printer you need to do that yet. You can also
Right.
make your own stickers.
Stickers are awesome. So
Yeah.
are T-shirts though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, uh, with this vinyl, is it you're saying you can use this for stickers or for mugs or for
Mm-hmm.
other? I mean, what can you put it on?
So I've done like keychains, the mugs, obviously. I've made hats. You can do
She's
But
made
how do
hats,
you?
Bill. She's made hats.
Well, all right, but wait a minute. You
What?
showed me an iron, and that looks like it has to like be flat. We
Mhm.
These things are not flat anymore.
No, they're not. So this one I bought it's huge and bulky and I didn't pull it out. But it's this monster of a machine thingy and it's got different attachments. So it's got one that's curved perfectly for hats, so it'll push against the hat. It also will push against like cups for the sublimation or sublimation or whatever it's called. So I can make mugs where the ink has gone into the
This
material. Yeah, so it's literally a mug from like that you can buy at the store with a picture on it. It's gonna be
awesome.
the thing. Yeah. One day I'll do
Awesome.
that, but I got distracted with a Parsons.
which is valid.
Yes.
Which is valid.
So
No.
to get the stickers on perfectly, so if you can see here, if I peel this off, it's gonna ruin
Uh-huh.
it. So what I have to do is get transfer tape, pretty much. And I'm gonna cut out a piece that is gonna be close to the size that I need.
Uh-huh.
And then I will, this is the part that takes forever. You have to detach it. Okay. Then I'm gonna detach it from there. And I want this clear sticky part. I'm gonna put it over
Okay.
as I'm doing. There's lots of materials
But
that you
no, that clear sticky part thing, that is the transfer tape you're talking about?
this is the transfer tape. So it's sticky. You can't really tell, but like the sticky part is going to be touching my vinyl cutout.
Yeah.
This,
Okay. I just wanted to check because tape should have a sticky part. I was
yeah.
talking to James. He got me going on this Teflon tape. That doesn't stick to anything. The heck, man.
Wait till I show you the Gorilla Tape, Bill.
Nope.
Can't get that crap off of anything.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
This flat, I don't even know what these things are called. They all have names.
That is a squeegee.
I'm going to take this squeegee and I'm going to squeegee my sticker and it just helps it attach to the transfer tape a little better. If your design is really thin, it might not attach well anyways, and it's just being really patient to get all the little words off. You can
Okay.
also like all the maybe this might be a Utah thing, but do you guys see a lot of like decals on cars?
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Like
all made
bumper
from
stickers?
crickets. Huh?
Yeah, the
Bumper
ones in the
stickers?
back window with the family.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, and the
oh,
dog.
the stick families or
Yeah,
yeah.
and the one with the chameleon in the corner that says "I went to Madagascar."
that's a good, that's a real good one.
What?
I see.
I got ideas.
It's gonna take so long for me to
I'm
do.
buying me a cricket, Bill.
Yeah, he's got it.
Just tell me what you want and I'll make it for you. Special just for you. I won't take it off now because this is going to take forever, but I'll do this one because it won't take as long. So this is the same thing. This is the sticky vinyl
Uh-huh.
with the tape. And okay, so now that's come off.
Transferred. Okay, makes a lot of sense.
We've got it. Oh, I can't use it though because I don't have your name, the chameleon name out. But then basically what I'm going to do is stick it onto the item that I want and just rub it down really good.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I just pull off the transfer tape. And there it is. And then
And
it'll
the green lines are remain.
Mm-hmm. I do. Let me see if I can do this really quick.
How's that? Okay. All right. All right.
It's
Makes sense to me.
it's a little bit of black magic.
There's heat involved.
Not
Nope.
on this one because this one's a sticker. I went off subject a little bit.
But the transfer tape is sticky, and so
But the
is the
transfer
vinyl
tape is
sticky?
sticking to the sticker,
Yeah.
and the sticker's stickier than the transfer tape.
I
So when
guess
you
it
put the
has to be.
sticker on the item and you pull the transfer tape off because it's less sticky, but it may pull up the letter, so you kind of got to be
Slow and patient.
patient and maybe go at a really hard angle so that it peels back as opposed to pulling straight out. Maybe kind of go at an angle that way it keeps. I get it. I think I'm
What's
doing
going
this.
on here?
You're basically a professional now.
I think James has a cricket in his closet. He's not letting us know.
I got plenty of crickets, but they're over there in a bucket.
All right then.
Coming off well. I'll just have to do it later. Sorry, I was going to try and show you on the show.
Well, that's okay. I get an idea, but so now that we've got this transfer tape thing, we can put that on it. Just about anything that has a flat surface
Mm-hmm.
or hard surface.
Yep.
Car window or cage glass.
Mm-hmm. You want to put it on your enclosures on the
Remember
door?
how? Do you remember the episode with Stephanie?
Yeah.
And she made those she put those transfers.
Yeah.
Well, now
Basically.
you could make a sticker for the side of your cage. I'm wondering if you could layer 2 or 3 of them and make a background.
Mm-hmm.
I see a collab coming on, Eliza.
Let's do it.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. All right. This is
I
good
think
to
you
see.
could make a background with this cricket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably could, actually. I don't know how well it will withstand that amount of water.
Well, we just spray it with clear Flex Seal.
This is true.
What?
Solves all our problems.
So, okay. So if I say you have a design from start to finish, not talking about start of design, but once you have the design and you say, all right, it's time to make a t-shirt, how long does it take?
So the part that takes the longest is designing the shirt, designing what's going to go on it, measuring it out to make sure everything's perfect, and then cutting it out. Actually physically making the shirt is super fast. You're looking at the one I just made 30 seconds for the 30 I made it in less than 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
But
Nice.
That's awesome.
It was super awesome. But to get Bill's face, I was messing with my thing.
I know, it's a pretty hard thing to get that chiseled look.
And then we messed with it for several hours, and then I had to transfer that to the Cricut program and then find the tree and transfer over the right kind of tree and make sure everything was the right size. So that really is the part that takes the longest.
All right. Well, okay, this is exciting and it's a lot of fun to make t-shirts like that. Just the idea of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I Do you have any projects planned in the near
Where's it
future?
at?
I do, but it's a secret, and I
I
don't want.
s- I understand. I
I
understand. Sometimes the
don't want
Illuminati
the
puts them
show.
in order.
They're gonna see it, but
Okay.
I'll be making like shirts for my husband's business so that he doesn't have to order them out. I looked into that maybe almost a year ago at this point because I was looking at like helped create this design and how do I get these shirts, and it people wanted 20-30 bucks per shirt.
Hmm.
um and so then I looked into purchasing in bulk, but then I'm looking at spending 400 bucks on, so many shirts that I would never hope to actually use. And my friend was just like, why don't you just buy a Cricut and make them yourself? And she showed me how to do all of it. And it's the most expensive part is buying the Cricut. The shirts are like $4, $3. You can get them on sale for like half off even. So it's like cheaper than a candy bar. And then if you buy
Nice.
the vinyl in bulk on Amazon, you can get it's honestly probably more like vinyl than I'll ever use my whole life. And it was like $30. So it's not expensive to do it this way. It does take a lot of time and patience. Um, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. All
Mhm.
right. Is there any last things that we should know out here in DIY Chameleon Land?
Um, I don't think so. Not on my end.
The words is everybody just transfer it.
Just
All
trans.
right. All right, then. We'll see you all later. Thank you very much, Eliza Ann, and we'll see you online.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.